All right, Eagle fans, we're joined by women's basketball head coach Moran Lanning here at the kind of halfway points of the 23-24 season. Coach Moran's first season with the Eagles. Let's get to the important stuff out of the way first. We're going to do a little holiday rapid fire here, a little this or that's, holiday edition. Real tree or fake tree?
I prefer a real tree, but we're lazy and we have a fake tree.
Presents or good food?
Oh, I think presents when you're little, but as you're getting older, good food. So good food for me.
Cookies or Kringle?
Kringla? Is that what you
Kringle?
said? Kringle. Cookies.
Elf or Home Alone?
Oh, I love both of those movies. Probably Home Alone because it reminds me of my childhood.
Ugly sweater or matching pajamas?
Ugly sweater.
Games or movies?
Games.
Rudolph or Frosty?
Rudolph.
Now this last one you have to sing. Jingle Bell Rock or Last Christmas?
Last Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day you gave it away. This year, you're trying to cut me off?
There you go. There you go. Right, exactly. Right. Next question. Actually, no. Holiday edition of this or that for the Christmas season from Coach Moran. Let's talk about your season so far. Kind of the, like I said, halfway point. We still have 2 non-conference games left just after Christmas, but you got a 2-week break here. Talk a little bit about the overview of the season so far.
Yeah, I think we're kind of breaking it up into maybe fourths, I think, for us. So we played a bunch of home games there. We ended with Simpson and Gustavus at our Thanksgiving tournament, and we lost both of those, which was tough, but they're 2 good teams that I was really thankful that we got to play. And then we had 10 straight days of practice before we played again against Chicago, Concordia University of Chicago, and I think those 10 days were really beneficial to us. I don't know if the girls liked it so much, but they stayed really focused and competitive, and we got a lot better in those 10 days. And I think although maybe the 2 teams that we just ended with weren't as strong as the Gustavuses and the Simpsons and the Rippons and the Lorises that we've played, but our numbers are improving. So we kind of had that first section of time, then we're breaking up these last 4 non-conference games before our conference starts, and St. Mary's and Concordia were 2 great games for us, and we got 2 more with St. Norbert and Marion at the Superior tournament. And so we're just trying to kind of finish strong in these 4 games, independent of anything that happened that first third of the season. But I want to make sure that we're learning from still those tough games. So the WIAC is incredible, and so we're just trying to keep getting better and not get complacent.
Yeah, I mean, overall as a team, offensively, let's talk first. Averaging just over 70 points a game, have 5 players averaging at least 7 points or more, with Kaylee Meeker leading the way at 15 points a game. Just talk a little bit about your offense and where you think you are offensively.
Yeah, I think offense was something we worked on hard for those 10 days of practice, just our spacing and reading each other, I guess. And the games in our Thanksgiving tournament, our percentages were really down. And I went back and tried to figure out, are we taking bad shots or are we just missing good shots? And I'd say it was a little both. So we tried to find ways to get easier shots within our motion, and but also we've been still being consistent with putting in extra work with small group shooting, and a lot of girls stay before or after practice as well. But yeah, I think it's amazing that we have so many different weapons on offense, and I know that all the girls feel the same. They're so confident in each other that anyone could go off any night.
Yeah, and then defensively, kind of a new style for Eagle basketball in terms of that run and jump defense, kind of full court press and that type of stuff. So, as you implement that new system, kind of talk a little bit about where you think you are defensively.
Yeah, I think to run or to completely switch a defense like this, it takes a change of mindset, and I think that's what we were really working on in that first kind of third of the season, was just trying to adopt that type of mindset. And then, like I said, we got to then focus a little more on our offense, but it is a mindset. I think we're still trying to really make habits out of it. I think we're still not quite, it's not second nature quite yet, but we're just going to keep pushing and working on it. And the girls are definitely bought into it. It's a fun way to play, but it's a really hard way to play. It's very fatiguing, but you know what? It's fatiguing for the other team too. So I think the better shape we get in and the more confident we get in trusting our teammates behind us and taking chances and just really playing into the emotional side of basketball where we can rile people up and make them uncomfortable and not stray away from that if that's going to be our identity.
You mentioned the WIAC, and the WIAC being as good as it is. I mean, arguably the WIAC is one of the top Division III conferences in the country. 2 teams currently in the top 25, 2 teams just outside the top 25. And the top 5 teams in the league, non-conference-wise, only have 1 loss each, if none. So, just talk a little bit going into the WIAC. You know what you think about the league so far, and in your first season.
Yeah, we know it's a really tough conference, and our few returners know the kind of freight train grind of it. It won't stop. It'll be a tough game every night, but we've been trying to really embrace being uncomfortable in the non-conference and embrace the tough opponents that we have played against, and try to invite that challenge. So I think the girls, the returners understand it, but most of our team are not returners, and so I think it's going to be something that we just got to take day by day and try to help everyone understand that each game is independent of any other game that happened, whether it's non-conference we're talking about or the second time we're playing everybody in conference. But anyone can beat anyone on any night, and so who's ever showing up that night, I think, and are consistent with doing that throughout the whole season, is going to be the one to finish on top. So I just really want to take it one day at a time and really compartmentalize and not think that anything that we've done in the past is going to determine what we're doing on that game day.
Again, the Eagles have a 2-week break here from competition, at least. I know they're focusing on the academic side of things right now, but then it's Christmas. So I think the next time the Eagle fans can get them out here to Mitchell Hall is January 3rd for the first WIAC game. So put that on the calendar, Eagle fans, and Merry Christmas to the women's basketball program.
Merry Christmas!